Read a Mississippi history textbook and a U.S. history textbook. Learn about the Dixiecrats.
Hold up, let me back up. That's simple. Like Prime told us in the interview. That's simple.
Yeah, I'm
That's it.
starting.
That's
I'm,
simple.
I'm
Starting
starting.
base.
Starting baseline. Yeah, starting baseline. Textbook. Okay, general knowledge shit. But within that textbook, they're gonna have some shit about the Dixiecrats. Okay, the Southern Democrats. That's what they were.
Mhm.
Racist ass motherfuckers. They were trying to uphold white supremacy. But them racist motherfuckers went into the Republican Party eventually. So the people that we got right now, the Tate Reeves of the world, that he talking about Lumumba should just make up with, like it comes from that. Learn about the Southern strategy that the Republican Party used to get disaffected white racist Southern Democrats from that era to start voting Republican, and you'll see why we got uh, still systemic racism in this state, in a state controlled solely by the Republican Party. Read that. Also, you can read the 1619 Project by Nicole Hannah Jones. Okay, I've recommended that before. It is one of the books of our time. Okay, obviously they don't know what they fucking talking about, but you can know what you talking about. Read
Yeah.
that. Read the autobiography of Malcolm X. Get you some racial pride. Get you some pride as a black man that you don't feel like I gotta go and work for anybody else but my people. That you can get some pride and say, I can build this shit myself.
Yep.
Read the selected writings and speeches of Marcus Garvey, because you wouldn't have no Malcolm X if you didn't have Garvey. And he'll also give you a sense of pride and we can do this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Read Up Against the Wall by my mentor, Dr. Curtis Austin. It's about the Black Panthers. It'll show you how the federal government systematically dismantled, murdered, and jailed the Black Panthers who were doing things like free breakfast program, free lunch, free clinics. See, Deion and Shannon don't know about all this shit because they don't know how all HBCUs running a deficit. They don't understand why they got money, they made it out the hood, but nobody else can't. They don't understand. Read that book so you can see how our federal government systematically has targeted some of our greatest. That's your reading. Now you need to watch the racial wealth gap. I told you it's short. You can find it on YouTube, about 22 minutes. Don't take long, but it explains all this shit very easily. While we still playing catch up.
Mhm.
Since 1619, it tells you about slavery and then Jim Crow and then continued racial discrimination. This is easy. Watch a compilation called, this is on YouTube, y'all, Martin Luther King Jr. on income inequality and redistribution of wealth. It's on YouTube. Watch that motherfucker, or at least listen to it. You can be in the tub, you can be in the shower, you can be taking a shit, you can be driving. Listen to that shit. Hear Dr. King talk about how this money all fucked up in America. Folks have minimized Dr. King to just that goddamn I have a dream message. And even in that, he was talking some real shit about the money. If you listen to the whole speech, the name of the March on Washington was the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. But these boys don't understand why we broke. Dr. King did. Watch, there's another one that's on YouTube. MLK Talks, the new phase of civil rights struggle, 11 months before his assassination. It's on YouTube. It's a side of King you probably haven't heard before, but he's talking about this money. These boys don't get it. And lastly, one more reading. All that other shit that's dealing directly with us, black people, because we need to know us first. But lastly, I want you to read something else. It's a book called White Trash, the 400-year untold history of class in America. It's a book that puts you on game about how poor white people have caught hell, been fooled into supporting their own exploitation by the thought that at least I ain't black. And I mentioned that book because these motherfucking rich black celebrities are doing that same shit right now. They are being fooled into thinking that they are better than the hoods that they came from, than the people who idolize them, than the people who listen to their fucking music, that watch their movies, that watch them play their games, that they buy their shoes. They are thinking that they better just because they can run a fucking ball or shoot a ball or catch a ball. They're being fooled into thinking that they're better than you and I. Just like white brothers and sisters, to a large degree, who are being exploited on their jobs in these factories, working hard every day, busting their ass, trying to make ends meet. Inflation and hit them like a motherfucker. And then they still go and vote for people who got policies that are contrary to what they need in their lives.
Yeah.
Because they've been fooled to think as long as I ain't them. And Deion Sanders and Shannon Sharpe in their mind are thinking, I ain't them. They think that they are not us. But I've seen this movie before. Most times, a black man in America get to thinking that shit.
He get told to put his glasses back on.
I can't say it any better than that.
I'm just saying.
Put it on, son.
Merry Christmas.